Hey guys, welcome back to the Giovanni Show. Today we have on my lovely co-host, Connor Miles. But I also want to present that our show is now presented by SeatGeek. So SeatGeek is presenting our show. If you use our code, Geo the Podcaster, as the promo code, you can get $20 off your order and it helps the pod. So you're saving money, you're helping the pod. It's a great way to get tickets this season. Connor, what's up, man?
I mean, who doesn't love saving money on tickets, though? Tickets are expensive as hell. So definitely use that promo code Geo the Podcaster at SeatGeek.com and make sure you get your good seats this year watching the game and know that you save money thanks to Giovanni.
Yeah, I mean, that code even helped me when I was booking to go to Tampa next month.
Can't
Or
wait for that
this
game.
month now. This month
Yeah,
now. It's the
can't wait for
fourth,
that game.
guys. I'm so excited. Big boys trip on the way, but the amount of money that I had to spend on those tickets hurt me. So you're gonna need these codes, guys, because these Eagles tickets are outrageous.
All right, man,
All
let's
right.
get into it.
Let's start it off. Let's crank up the heat here. Bold take coming out. What is your one bold take for this season now that we get close to week one? First game is tomorrow.
My bold take is Jalen Hurts throws for 4,000 yards this year.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Bro.
he's never done that. The Eagles only had one 4,000-yard passer in their team history, but I really believe in this Colin Moore offense. I think it's going to be a high scoring offense. It needs to be to supplant their defense. I really think he's going to throw for 4,000 yards this year.
Bro. Everyone who takes him in fantasy is going to love him if that's true. Everyone listening to this right now is like, oh my gosh, Connor. I bet everyone is smiling right now.
I guess
But
if I had to make like a non-Eagles bold take, it would probably be that I think it's finally time that the Chiefs' reign comes to an end and that a team in the AFC, whether it be the Texans, I really like the Texans this year. I really do. I think they are the best team roster wise to go head to head with this Chiefs team or the Bengals. I do like the Bengals a lot. I think they'll figure out the Jamar Chase situation and Joe Burrow. Patrick Mahomes is 1-3 versus Joe Burrow apparently. So from what I was looking at, so I think it's the Chiefs' reign comes to an end this year.
yeah, oh, my bold take was gonna be I think CJ Stroud proves this year that he's the man, and I think this year he has a top three performance throughout all quarterbacks in the league.
You think he wins MVP?
So he might. He might. We might see him on the cover of Madden next year, guys.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
But
Okay. Oh,
I'm
these are some good takes. I
I'm
like these.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. We cranked up the heat coming out. So Connor, I knew you were gonna lead the next segment of games, but
Let's get
I'm
right into
excited,
it.
man.
The
I'm
first game of the
excited.
the first game of the season is the Chiefs versus Ravens. We just talked about how my bold take is the Chiefs' reign finally comes to an end. This would
Oh,
be a great way to set the tone for that to happen against the Ravens. Ravens are very good. They want their revenge, of course, against the Chiefs. I have the Ravens winning this game.
yep, I did too. Derrick Henry gonna eat.
The Chiefs just start off, I mean, I'm not that they start off slow, but it's always like they have like a Super Bowl hangover, it seems like, when week one rolls around. They lost to the Lions last year. I think they're
Yep,
gonna drop this one too against the Ravens.
I agree. I agree. I think what's your you want to do score predictions?
Yeah,
Want
I
to go
want to
for it?
24-20 Ravens.
Okay. I was thinking like 28-27. Like I think it's gonna be that type of game to
I
start
hope you're
off the
right.
season.
I hope you're right. That'd be a great game to start
That'd
off.
be amazing. That'd be great.
All right, let's follow it up with our birds. The Eagles play the Packers on Friday. Who do you have winning that game?
Birds by a million, baby. I'm just kidding. We got birds. I think it'll be give me birds 28, Packers 7. I feel like those international games are hard to score for some teams, and I think it's gonna be a struggle for the Packers. We saw it with the Colts. Was it last year that the Colts played international? And that game was stinking it up. I mean, what was it? I think it was the Colts
Oh yeah, Colts
versus
and Patriots.
the
Colts and Patriots here. You're
yeah,
right. Forgot about that.
yeah. And I woke up early for that game and it was a struggle to watch. It hurt. Obviously two bad teams, but I think it's hard. It's rocky to get started in an international game. And
Oh,
especially
100%.
with such a short trip of getting there on Wednesday, leaving Friday night.
That's why I have the Eagles winning 23-21. I think it's gonna be a tight game. The Packers offense is legit. The Jordan Love in their offense like clicked at the right time and he grew with that. People are like, it's only 1 year, it's only 1 year. But I mean, that was just him and their chemistry growing and becoming what they were meant to be as the season progressed, as he progressed as a starter. And because I mean, everybody forgets their wide receivers were all brand new. Like they were all young guys trying to get chemistry with their young quarterback that was his first year starting. They added Josh Jacobs to that arsenal. It only makes it stronger. So I think both defenses are in for a beatdown in this game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think the only X we're gonna get into that a little bit later, but I think I don't want to give away my X factor now, but I think the X factor for the Eagles is the reason why they won this game because of the play he makes to win the game for them. But I think it's gonna be 23-21 Eagles.
Yeah, I love that close game,
I don't
baby.
think the Packers defense has what it takes to stop the Eagles offense. I don't think the
No.
Eagles defense has what it takes to stop the Packers offense either, but I think they have enough playmaking ability to make one mistake happen that determines the outcome of the game.
Yep.
All right, now we got the Steelers at the Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah, this is tougher.
Russ
This is a good game.
Russell Wilson
Kirk Cousins.
coming back. Kirk Cousins. That's gonna be a great game. Oh my gosh. Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins. I think Kirko pulls it off. I think Kirko, I'm gonna say 31-24.
I'm mad we're agreeing on these picks so far because I have this. I think just because I want to give the Falcons the home field advantage. I think they win because they're at home. They have a
Yeah.
really good roster now too. They added around Kirk. They added Matthew Judon this offseason. They added Justin Simmons as well. They got some wide receiver help too with Darnell Mooney to help Drake London now. Kyle Pitts is Kyle Pitts still. And Bijan Robinson. I mean, the Falcons have a lot. I think the Falcons win the South this year. Not only do they win the South, but they win this game as well. I have them winning 28-17.
I like it. I like it.
All right. So now the next we got the Cardinals at the Bills.
I do think I did agree with Kyle Brandt's take on that the Cardinals are gonna have a good season. I don't see them pulling this one off. I think they have a slow start. I'm gonna say they lose 17-24.
I like it. I think the Bills' offense is going to struggle without the Stephon Diggs. I think they're going to have to figure out who's going to be the guy for them. It's going to take them some time for that guy to step up, especially if it's their rookie Keenan Coleman, because rookies take a minute to adjust. But from a talent standpoint, the Bills got worse this offseason, really, but they still have Josh Allen, and I like Kyler Murray a lot. I think the Cardinals. I don't think the Cardinals are going to be as bad as what they look like on paper either. But I have the Bills winning this game 17-14. All right, the next we got is the Titans at the Bears.
Bears, baby,
I
the
like it.
Bears.
Interesting
I
stat
think
though. First overall pick quarterbacks for their week one games have been 0-3-1 the last couple seasons. So I think that's going to be an interesting stat. But I think the Bears are just more talented than the Titans. And just, I mean, the Titans had a really great, strong all season too. So I don't want to say they're much more talented, but I mean, that Bears offense is going to be so explosive this year, which is crazy to say because usually you say that about their defenses, usually year in and year out. But I like the Bears too. I think the Bears win, I think the Bears win 31-23.
You know what? I might stick with you on that. 31-23. I think Caleb Williams has a really good game though. I think he shows that he can be that guy for the Bears.
Oh yeah.
Everyone's been wondering if he's that guy, but he's that guy.
No, he is. Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind about that. And I mean, their offense, Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Romanduze with DeAndre Swift in the backfield sprinkled in. Yeah, they have a really good team
Yeah.
offense. All right, next we got Patriots at Bengals.
Bengals. Bengals, baby. Bro,
Yeah.
it's easy. The only thing that the Bengals are struggling right now with is Paige Marchase. Other than that controversy that's happening right now, I don't see an issue. Joe Burrow coming back from a pretty significant injury, but he's ready. So I'm excited to see this Bengals offense again. It's always so explosive. So I'm going to take the Bengals 34-28.
It's being reported today that there's a chance for Marchese to play week one, which I don't think that even impacts them against the Patriots. I'm just going to be honest with you. There's just this big talent discrepancy there. I have the Bengals winning 24-7.
Okay, I like it.
We got the Texans at the Colts. Now, mind you, the Colts have lost 9 of the last 10 the season opener.
I want to take the Colts so bad, but the Texans just have all the talent in the world. So I'm going to take the Texans. I love the Texans. I love everyone at that organization. So fortunate to have made the connections that I have last year and the years before. CJ Stroud is an absolute stud. Adding Stephon Diggs to that offense was something that I think is perfect for their wide receiver room, not only because he's such a weapon, but the knowledge that he can pass on to the younger guys. I think it's perfect. So, like I said before, I think CJ Stroud is going to have the best season that he's ever had. Obviously, only 2 seasons. I'm excited. So, I'm gonna take them. I'll take them 38-14.
Yeah, that streak was on for the Colts. I'm sorry to say, Colts Nation, but Texans win. Divisional games are still tough. Like they're still hard fought games. I don't want to just say like Texans blow them out because I feel like divisional games always are like tough dogfights. But I got the Texans winning to I'm gonna say 28-17. Texans. Too much firepower on that offense. I mean, don't we love that they added Diggs. They have Tank Dell. They paid Nico Collins. They got Dalton Schultz. CJ Stroud's poised for a big year. Their O-line's 1 year better. But they also had Joe Mixon. I think people forget about Joe Mixon. I think he's in a better situation, which is crazy to say, but I think he's in a better situation behind this O-line than he was with the Bengals O-line. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Joe Mixon does for them this year. And he's a great receiver as well, which gives CJ Stroud more options to throw the ball with. The Texans are not only going to win this game, but they're going to win that division. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. All right.
Yeah.
Next one up is Jaguars at Dolphins. That's a good game.
Oh, that is a good game. I think it'll be close, but I think the Jaguars have the upset here. I
I
think
was
a
hoping
lot
we
of
would have
people
I was hoping we have a difference in opinion for once.
I think a lot of people think Miami's gonna win this game, but I think the Jags get it 24-21.
Wanted to take the Jags for the upset too, but now that you're taking it, I'm gonna take the Dolphins. I got the Dolphins winning 21-17. I mean playoff team versus team that's on the trying to get back from a disappointing season last year.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But I think the Jaguars are hungry. I like what the Jaguars have done this offseason too. I think actually not paying Calvin Ridley and going and get the rookie Brian Thomas is gonna pay dividends for them from the cap standpoint, but also I think Brian Thomas has a really high ceiling for them. So I like with that addition. But I'll take the Dolphins firepower against that Jaguars questionable secondary. All right, next game up is Panthers at Saints.
Should I even turn my TV on for this one?
I think the Panthers are going to surprise people this year. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's what I was gonna say. I think the Panthers may have a comeback season. I think Bryce Young may get more established this year. I think it's gonna take him an extra year than the guys like CJ Stroud and guys like that got off to a hot start. I think that this has to be the season for him to get started, or he never will. So I think this year he needs to come out hot. So I'll take the Panthers 28-21.
I was advocating on Twitter for Dave Canales to get a head coaching job just because of his work that he's done with Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield. I think he's going to help Bryce Young tremendously. I just think the Panthers are going to be better because nobody expects anything from them. When I say better, I don't mean playoffs. I just mean better than first overall pick every year. So I think they're going to be a little like, whoa, where did this come from? Because this Panthers team has been through the Matt Rule era, the Frank Reich era. They've been reeling, but I think they're going to be better this year. I think they got the right coach for once.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I'm going to take the Panthers 14-10.
Oh, that game's going to be a hard watch if it's 14-10.
I mean, it could go either way. The Saints have talent too. I'm not a big fan of Derek Carr. All right, let's get into the next one though. Vikings at Giants. I got the Giants winning. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Really?
I don't like the Vikings this year, especially with Sam Darnold at quarterback.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'll take the Vikings. I'll
Okay.
take the Vikings just because I can't bet against Justin Jefferson. It's hard. It's hard to bet against that man.
I got the Giants winning 16-9.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's gonna
That'd
be an ugly
be
game.
yeah, that's gonna be an ugly scoreboard.
A game of kickers.
Oh my god. I might stick with the 9. Actually, I'll go Giants 6. Yeah, it's gonna be an ugly game. And I'll go Vikings 12. 12-6.
Yeah, so that's the game of field goals then. That's gonna be ugly as hell. All right, so we got Raiders at Chargers.
I think the Raiders might take this one.
The Raiders spanked the Chargers last year, like disgustingly bad. How many points they dropped on the Chargers last year? I think the Chargers with Justin Herbert have a really bad taste in their mouth from that game. I'm gonna pick the Chargers.
Yeah.
31-23 Chargers.
I can't bet against Max Crosby, man. I'll take the Raiders 27-17.
Broncos at Seahawks.
Broncos, Bo Nick.
First game in the league at Seattle, though, in that stadium.
I've been telling you Bo Nix is a stud. I think Bo Nix gets established in this game. I think Bo Nix takes the cake in this one. 24-17. Bo Nix comes out slinging and is the man in this one.
Yeah, we're at the opposite end of the spectrum in this game. I got the Seahawks winning 31-10.
Jesus.
I don't like the Broncos this year at all. I don't think their roster's good at all. I think they're going to be picking in the top five this year, and I think the Seahawks under new head coach Mike McDonald have a newfound energy to them. I actually like them a lot this year. I think they're going to make the playoffs and get the wild card. But
Oh.
I have them winning this game 31-10.
Oh
We have to
my.
disagree though. We do have to. I like disagreeing. Brings up. It's going to be a great time to recap these games. Next up is Cowboys at Browns.
20, I'd say 28-17. I'll take the Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going Cowboys too. I think the Cowboys win pretty. I don't want to say easily because I'm not gonna lie. Browns with Jim Schwartz are a whole different defense. I like what he's doing over there a lot. I got the Cowboys winning 21-17. All right, Washington at Tampa.
Tampa.
Yeah.
Tampa's just so good, and Baker Mayfield just shows repeatedly that it was a fluke that he was doing bad. Once he's in the right organization, which he is now, he is back to the Baker Mayfield that we knew when he was in college. I know that's scary for us going to this Tampa versus Eagles game in a few weeks, but Baker Mayfield is so good and I can't bet against him. So I'm going to take him. Give me 38-13.
I got the Bucks winning this game too, but I think they take a step back this year. I'm not a big fan of their secondary other than Antoine Winfield, who's like one of the best safeties in the league, but I'm not too high on their defense as I was in years past. I think they're like a 500 team this year, not, maybe 8-9, 9-8, something like that. But I'm not that high on them this year. But I do think they win this game against the Commanders. I mean, the Commanders got too many new pieces in place there. It's gonna take them time to get to gel and get together. Against a veteran team like the Bucks, is not gonna happen, especially in Tampa. I got the Bucks winning 24-13. All right, Sunday night now. We're getting the last two games. Rams at Lions. It's a good game.
Oh, Lions. Give me the Lions. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a stud and a king and a scholar. He showed that last year. I love that guy. Jared Goff. We used to call him Jared Goof, believe it or not, but he's shown shines the light. And yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions here. I'll take the Lions 32-21.
Jared Goff likes playing against his former team and showing them up. Like, yo, you treated me like I was just a trash scrap. I researched my career with the Lions. I like the Lions in this game too. The Rams defense is just questionable, like especially after trading Ernest Jones before training camp started. So I like the Lions in this game too. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game though. I don't think it's gonna be a huge defensive juggernaut. I think it's gonna be 38 to like 31 Lions. So the last game of the week is Jets at 49ers. Now, I want to give you a little bit of piece of information here. Leonard Floyd played for the Bills last year. He was the guy that sacked Aaron Rodgers and tore his Achilles. He plays for the 49ers now. I wonder if that's in the back of if Aaron Rodgers has that in the back of his head and get it. And I don't want to say nervous, but like sees ghosts out there because Leonard Floyd's out there. But we'll see. I mean, I'm glad Aaron Rodgers is back. I think it's gonna be a good game. The Super Bowl hangovers are real. They do happen.
Yeah.
The Jets are a much better team than they were last year, if you ask me, in my opinion. This is gonna be a good game, I think. And then Robert Saleh knows the 49ers better than anyone. That was, he's a former defensive coordinator for the 49ers. So I don't think it's gonna be a huge discrepancy on score. But I do have the 49ers winning because it's the home game. I'll have them winning 21 to 20.
Yeah, I have Aaron Rodgers coming out and showing that he's not just an old sack of bones. I think he shows that he's still the guy, one of the best of all time. So, love Aaron Rodgers, excited for him to be back. And I think he has a really great start, but I gotta take the 49ers. So I might go 31-27 here.
That's how it recaps our week one picks and predictions. Let's get back into the mailbag, answer some questions real quick, and then we'll call it a day.
Yes, sir. So our first mailbag from Radio Slay on Twitter.
Love
Shout
that
out
guy.
Radio, the GOAT. He
Very
is
handsome individual.
very handsome, he is a stud. So Radio asks, who is our X factor in the Brazil game? You want me to go first or you want to go first?
Let me go first, just because I hinted at it a little bit earlier, and I think you'll explain yours a little bit in more length than I will. I'm gonna be quick. It's gonna be CJ Gardner-Johnson. I think he gets an interception. I think what's been missing from this Eagles secondary the most is turnovers. Especially when he left, he led the league. He tied for the league leading interceptions when he was with the Eagles previously. I think that one X factor that changes the game against the Packers is that they get that one turnover that changes the game, and I think it's gonna be him. I think CJ Gardner-Johnson picks off Jordan Love.
I'm gonna really have to explain mine for some people listening, but I feel like we've talked about this so much off of the air that I just think that he's so underrated. Give me Kenny Gainwell for my X factor. I think that, like we've talked about, he's going to be that grinder back, that guy that when they're in the red zone, he is just taking the beating to get into the end zone. And he has done so much work to get in the end zone the past few years, flipping into the end zone, diving into the end zone, doing anything he can to get in there. I think he's fighting for his football life, like we said before, out here, and it's going to show this game. So he's my X factor, and I think that he's going to be my X factor a lot this season just because he has so much on the line.
Yeah, fantasy Saquon fantasy lovers aren't going to love hearing you say that, but I do agree with you. I think even though they paid him Saquon all this money, I think the Eagles still use Kenny Gainwell the way they used to use him. We'll make fans mad on Twitter, but that's all right as long as he
Yeah.
scores.
From our guy, Peter Burke on Twitter. Should the Eagles keep wearing Kelly green moving forward? I love the old school uniforms, but also love the black helmets. What do you think? Mix it up a little bit.
Well,
I
I'm
I,
wearing my
I
Kelly
love
Green
the
jersey right
Kelly.
now. Yeah, I'm wearing it right now. While we do this show. I mean, I don't want them to get rid of their midnight green. I like midnight green too, but like since all these teams have these alternates that they get to use each year, like the Patriots use their old school stuff with the red and the old school Patriot symbol. Why can't we? Like, come on. But I like the black helmets. I love the Eagles blackout jerseys. I still love midnight green. I think they should just wear them once or twice a year. The Kelly greens. So keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah, a combo that I would love to see though would be black jersey, black helmet, black pants, black socks, black cleats for those games that really matter. Because I remember advocating back in, 2018, 19, 2020, 2021, when there was those games where it was kind of rocky at points, and I was like, the blackout game needs to happen. These magical jerseys, they're what fuels these guys in the nighttime. When there's a night game and they put on those black jerseys, it matters. So I would love to see that combo, just the all black, going to it like Batman and get to work. So I love that combo, but Kelly Green's gotta stay, man. I love it. And I'm going to the Kelly Green game against the Jaguars. So next we got from Twitter, Joe Black. Who is your dark horse Super Bowl team?
I like this. I like this question a lot, Joe Black. I like this a lot. Kind of hinted at earlier. I really think it's gonna be the Bengals or the Texans or the AFC, and then the NFC. I think I mean, I don't know if they call them a dark horse because everybody's predicting the Eagles to at least make it to that point. I love the Lions. I really like that Lions roster. I like that Lions team, and I know they have a really bad taste in their mouth from that NFC Championship game. But I don't know if that's considered a dark horse. So I guess the dark horse pick for the NFC would be the Falcons. I don't know what they do
My
with the first year. I mean, it's not Raheem Morris's first year as a head coach, but it's the first year with them. It's really
yeah,
tough for a team like that to get to the Super Bowl under a first year coach, but I really do like that roster. I do like the talent. I know how Kirk Cousins is in the playoffs though, but we're talking about dark horse teams. We're not talking about teams we expect. So that Falcons roster is very, very talented. They finally got the quarterback in place for it.
my dark horse team has to either be the Chargers with Justin Herbert. I love Justin Herbert, or the Colts. I think the Colts give everyone else in their division a run for their money if Anthony Richardson can stay healthy. I think, especially with the next man up mentality. If anyone goes down in that team, I am 100% sold on the next man up mentality for this team. A lot of good vibes throughout camp this entire year when I was there. It was unlike any Colts camp I've ever seen in the past few years of living here in Indy. So I am sold on this team getting on the right track. And I think if AR stays healthy, then Colts are going to be one of a kind.
People are gonna scoff at that pick, but I think Shane Steichen is in the same situation he was when he first was offensive coordinator for the Eagles, and Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts' first year starting, they lost in that wild card game, and anybody didn't know what to expect from them.
Yeah.
Go out, crush the offseason, add wide receiver talent like the Colts did with a Donnie Mitchell. It's not a bad take. It really is not a bad take. They could. I mean, Shane Steichen's been here before. He's done it before. All they need is a big year two from Anthony Richardson to get there. It's not a bad take. I don't think it's a bad take at all.
And I love Shane. That man is the reason why we went to the Super Bowl. So we love Shane. He's been in this situation, like you said. So I'm excited. That wraps up our mailbags and our podcast for the week. It's week 1. Football is finally here.
Thank God.
I'm stoked. So go Birds.
Go Birds, baby.
Go football. We'll see you back next week to see if our picks were right.
Absolutely. See you guys next week.